Okay, and then I just need to grab the.
Oh, that's what Linus. I guess he can help you change that stuff.
State of the
So you're
diamond.
live right now.
Yeah, just do State of the Diamond. And then I can change it when I...
Right, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then host.
This one, she picked it.
What?
Megan did.
He picked 17 and then he says, no, Megan says 23.
So we're gonna go to YouTube, and then we're gonna go find our live video here.
Mhm.
Oh, I should change this thumbnail. Can
Yeah,
you change
so,
that?
if you go to the live, or the back end of YouTube,
Okay, so I'll have you do that in a second.
yeah, we can change
Let me just grab the live link. Because you guys still have to do this, correct?
Yep. Did someone buy the spot?
That I'm not sure of.
Yep, someone did. James did.
And then we just put it right here.
Yep.
Oh, mouse has been laggy. Just like that?
Yep, and then click Save. And then don't click Complete.
Okay.
And then...
I'm gonna pass this over to you. Troy, we should use Jeremy in the back for the staff spotlight. All right. Oh, and this are those comments right now.
These are gonna be... So this is the...
What up, Troy?
So here, this
What's
is
up,
TikTok.
Mason?
This is the app.
Gotcha.
And then this is YouTube.
Do we want to put chat on the video, or don't really need it? Really,
Let's see.
don't necessarily need it for this. It's probably on the regular scene, right?
Yeah. Which we could still...
Hey, if you're in here, this is especially if those of you that are in here from TikTok, this is called the State of the Diamond. This is literally just probably about an hour long thing that we do where we just kind of talk about all things Triple Diamond, let you guys know kind of what's going on with our business, with our
Do you want it in
streaming.
the same spot, or do you want it somewhere else?
No, right there is cool. You can move it up maybe. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. All right, so I'm Alex. For those of you that don't know me, I'm one of the co-owners of Triple Diamond Sports Cards and Collectibles. Triple Diamond Breaks. So, if you guys have any questions, what this is basically is a kind of a impromptu Q&A, town hall, whatever you want to call it. So anything that you guys have that we want to bring up, things that we can make better, etc. We definitely take all things into consideration. Hi, how's it going? Uncommon Ryan, what's up? We take all things into consideration. This is just for us to get closer connected with you guys and let you know where we're heading, what direction we're going, let you know about some of the kind of innovative things that we're bringing into basically the fold of our business, and then also gain feedback from you guys. First things we like to do, or the first thing I like to start with is looking at some different product releases. So I'm going to actually pull up the release calendar. I'm going to talk about some of the new products that are going to be coming out. And that's going to be just kind of how we usually start these. Sports card release calendar. All right. Yeah, and if you guys get in here, definitely throw up some comments and stuff like that. I always love to see who all kind of joins us. So first things first, we are going to switch. Josh, where'd the screen share go?
Oh, here I can add it for you.
I want to screen share this. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, well, we're gonna change it.
Do you want to do that now before we kind of start going through?
Do you want
Okay.
this?
Happy Thursday,
you want-
Paul. Yeah, this is perfect because I'm just gonna literally kind of just have it on the screen. If there's some example of cards, we'll show the cards. Okay, so we're gonna change the thumbnail real quick, and then we will be kind of rolling along here. So today, what's on the agenda is we're gonna go through upcoming release calendar, have some big news. So we're gonna go through the release calendar, share some big news. We're gonna kind of forecast what the summer looks like for TDS. We have a couple of new interactive things to get your kids involved with the hobby that I think is going to be really fun for you guys. So those of you that support us, if you have kids, we have kind of a fun little contest that we're going to be doing that I think people are going to love, and we'll be doing some social media posting behind that. We'll do Q&A, and then I think I'm probably going to rip a box today of some sort. I haven't decided exactly what. Everyone's saying I should rip a tennis royalty. I'm not super big into tennis, so I was kind of thinking like maybe it would make sense to do something that I like more. But, you know, if people want tennis, we'll do tennis. All right.
I have an idea. 1 second.
You could probably just grab the State of the Diamond.
That's what I'm grabbing. I'm just gonna grab this picture right here.
It might be over on the desktop already right now.
Oh, it is.
Yes, so if you go to the thumbnail and then change and then go to desktop right there, or that one.
It's
You just
there,
grab this,
but-
perfect.
Oh, okay. It is.
Yeah, either one, it doesn't really matter. Perfect. Okay.
All right, it's changed over, and then
I need a full support cast when I do this because I just don't know how to do this stuff anymore. It's too advanced for me. I used to just go live on a cell phone.
hey,
That's what I used to go live on.
what's up, Paul?
All right, so obviously we've already done Flawless Baseball. We ripped, I think, 4 cases of Flawless Baseball. We did some breaks. We did some pick your team breaks. We had some guys do some personal boxes of it. What a beautiful product. We pulled Skeens patch autos. We pulled a lot of really great stuff. Metal Universe just came out as well. Donruss clearly just came out. So I'm sure you guys were participating in some of our breaks. Royalty, Bowman Megas are going to be coming out. But let's get into what is upcoming in the near future. And we're just going to go over the products that I think people are going to be most interested in. Okay, so we have, for football, on the horizon, we have Select Football. Select Football this year is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a great product. The reason why Select Football is going to be a great product this year, guys, is because Panini actually was able to secure some really key rookies for the autograph. Change something? Oh, there you go. So they were able to secure some of the key rookies to do autographs. Why Select is going to be great is because it's 2024, so you're going to get all the different colored parallels of these top rookies. You know, your Jaden Daniels, your Bo Nix, your Drake May, your JJ McCarthy. You have autographs to chase in JJ McCarthy and Penix. But we have the XRCs. XRCs are going to be big, okay? Because we're going to get all those top draft picks and we're going to be able to chase after colored parallels and potentially some autographs of some of these guys, coveted autographs of these guys through the XRCs. We have no idea what's going to happen with Panini football. Panini football very well could go away after the first of the year when Topps takes over the licenses. So this could be kind of like a crazy product where you're going to get some of the numbered parallels and autographs of some of these upcoming football players. And Select is the home of the XRC. If you don't know what an XRC is, it's basically a rookie redemption. They have numbered parallels, and not only do they have numbered parallels, but they also have autographed cards and silvers, etc. They're very popular, wildly popular. They sell for really great money compared to some of the other products that come out. So Select is on the horizon. That's coming out the end of the month. Okay, so the end of the month. Not only are we going to get that, but we're going to get a dose of Contenders Optic Football. I love Contenders Optic Football. It's really clean. Obviously, we have a strong rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy to chase after in there. And there's always some really cool inserts that they do with Contenders Optic Football. So there's going to be some cool stuff there to kind of look for. We have Midnight Football also, which is going to be coming out. Topps Midnight Football is going to kind of mirror what you saw basketball and UFC. It's a darker design. The colors really pop off the cards. I'd expect that to be a pretty good release just because you're going to be able to get Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Drake May, all those guys' autographs. Now other things that are going to be coming out. So Topps Chrome Basketball. I would be lying to you if I said I was excited for Topps Chrome Basketball. I'm just being honest. I know that Topps will put some cool chases in there, and I do believe that the price point per box will be cheap enough that it will make sense to open up boxes. I think because they don't have a monster chase for a rookie, the box price is going to be very low, and us as a business, I think we're going to come out with a very low price on it because we want to move through our allocation of Topps Chrome Basketball. So I would advise you guys to take advantage of that as you could, kind of get into a really cheap rip. I'm sure they're still going to have Wemby chases in there. They're going to have LeBron, Curry, some of these big name athletes that you can still chase autographs of. But that's coming out too.
Dillingham should be in there, right?
Yeah, I think Dilly will be in there. Immaculate Football coming up this summer. We have Optic Basketball. I've talked about Optic Basketball now several times. Optic Basketball, even though we don't like the draft class, is going to be phenomenal because they put some really great case hits into Optic Basketball. i.e., first time you're going to get a Donruss downtown, Optic downtown for basketball. It's going to be in this year's Optic. That's big news. It was always in 1-in-1. Before that, it was in Cornerstones. It's now going to live within the Optic Basketball brand. So that's going to be huge. Alter Ego is also another fun insert that they kind of started last year. Some of the designs for the Alter Egos were really cool. So that's going to be coming out. And then you have the Slammies, which I think you all know, we really enjoyed the Slammies. They're kind of fun. Big oversized head on a cartoonistic character of your favorite players. So Optic Basketball, I would expect to be a really, really good product. Other than that, just for this summer, slated, you're going to have, National Treasures Basketball. They will be moving other things kind of up into this release calendar. But one of the big things that's not really listed on the release calendar as of right now, that's going to be coming out, guys, because we were just solicited it, is Topps Inception Baseball. Topps Inception Baseball. And I can tell you that I personally have talked to my reps and I have begged and pleaded to get more Topps Inception Baseball. We are going to have an extremely healthy allocation. I know that it's going to go really, really fast, but
Did we have Flawless Basketball? Didn't we get another casing?
no, I sold it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to go really fast, but we're going to have a ton of it. It's always one of our favorite products to rip. They just announced that they were going to be doing it. I kind of dropped the fact that they were going to be doing it a little while ago on one of the past State of the Diamonds. But to let you guys know, we're going to have a lot of Inception baseball for you guys, and that's exciting for me. You're going to see other brands return. Royalty is going to come out for basketball. They're going to end up making royalty for football. They're going to end up making royalty for WWE, UFC. The cool thing about all those brands is Topps is going to create like different patches, and they're going to put them into the royalty brand. So like the WrestleMania patches, I think are going to be going into Topps Chrome,
Really?
or they're going to be going into royalty. I can't remember. I might have it flip flop, but they're going to be doing debut patches too for wrestlers and UFC fighters, and those are going to live within either the royalty or the Topps Chrome brand. So that's going to be really exciting. I think that's kind of enough on new product releases. So we're going to go back over to let's take this off. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting, Paul. Very exciting indeed. So a few other things that we have coming up is we have Hobby Clash. For those of you that kind of follow the Minnesota Card Show or Hobby Clash, follow us on socials and stuff like that. You're seeing us post, pretty much every other day, a new autograph signer. So, stay tuned. We're going to continue to drop new autograph guests. I believe that show is going to be pretty fun just because these celebrities are not like your typical, if you're a sports card guy, okay, and you've ever been to a sports card show and you've gotten an autograph, you'll know that you kind of wait in line for a long time. You get your chance. You don't get to say anything. They sign it and you're out of line, and you don't really get to converse with the athlete, right? This is a little bit different. For Hobby Clash, these autograph guests are going to have their own table set up. They're going to be there all day long. You're going to be able to go up, you can buy an autograph with them, get a photo with them, talk, tell them, share a memory, say, I loved watching you perform on such and such show, etc. That's really cool because that's gonna get you a little bit closer to some of these celebrities and people that we're bringing in for the show. So, that's towards the end of June. That's going to be a really great time. We're also looking at doing the Canterbury Sports Card and Pokemon TCG show again. We have a monthly show at the Heritage Center coming up, and we will be having the Minnesota Card Show in September. So in September, Daniel will have the next big Minnesota get-together, which is going to be a lot of fun. So, the show standpoint is going really well. For those of you that follow us from our Fargo shop, right now, currently, Fargo is beginning to stream. We've elected to have Fargo do Pokemon and TCG streaming. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we offer here in Eagan. And the studio's all up and running. I think they did a test run on Fanatics Live yesterday. If you want to rip Pokemon cards with us, we would love for you to go and show us a little bit of support and comments and be in the chat and stuff over on Fanatics Live with Jacob and Isaac and the boys from Fargo. I don't know how that's going to go because I know that Fanatics Live doesn't really have a whole lot of TCG or Pokemon, but that kind of led me down the trail or the belief that we're going to be able to be one of the first people that are really selling Pokemon and TCG and stuff like that on Fanatics Live. And obviously we're committed to working with Topps and Fanatics to expand the hobby. And so, you know, I think if we can get our foothold on there as one of the top TCG or Pokemon streamers on the app, as they grow and more people that are interested in those things kind of get there, we'll be able to kind of grow and be like that face of TCG and Pokemon on there. They can rip sports too. So David, if you're from Fargo and you want them to rip a sports box for you and they're live, all you have to do is ask. They can upload it into the shop, and you'll be able to go and watch, and they can rip a box for you for sure. Another cool thing that we're going to do with Fargo that's a little bit different than what we do here, because as you know, sometimes throughout the day, periodically, there's downtime. The breakers have downtime. There's not a whole lot going on in the chat, whatever. So we're actually going to streamcast a Nintendo Switch onto the stream. So right here where I am, I'm sitting here like this. This would look the same. This would look similar. A big, you know, Jacob would be here. And then the rest of this behind me would be a screen share of us playing a game. And then what we would ask you guys to do if you're watching us is like, hey, maybe we're battling Pokemon. You guys could say, hey, you know, try and beat Charizard with Blastoise, which would be hard because, you know, he's a water type versus a fire type. And then Jacob, who would be streaming, would be there and be trying to like basically beat up Charizard with Blastoise, and you guys will get to watch. And then what will happen is if you guys want to purchase, we just pause the game, switch over to ripping and doing all that. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing some like gaming while also doing the ripping and everything else. That'll kind of eat up some of that downtime in between. Jacob can talk about the new games. Every new Pokemon game, we'll do a Pokemon release day stream where we play the new game on the stream and we talk about it and we rip packs and we do all that kind of stuff. So that's something that we're trying to do that's being a little bit more innovative, right? Kind of getting you guys a little bit more involved too, you know, where you guys can communicate and be like, oh, like this is really sweet. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different options there. And if you're from Minnesota, we plan to have some video game tournaments and stuff at the Hobby Clash too. So I think we're gonna get a monster projector in the main rotunda, and then set up chairs and stuff. And we'll do like I think the plan was to do like a Madden tournament, do a Super Smash tournament, and a Mario Kart tournament. David Stenvold, 100%, right? That's what I'm talking about. Is Fargo hiring? It should be fun, right? That's the whole point of this, right? We want to have fun, and if we're having fun, you guys are probably having fun with us. Because if we're enjoying ourselves and having a good time, it's going to carry over to you guys enjoying yourselves and having a good time too. So that's some of the big news, is that Fargo is officially going to be streaming. So that'll be our 5th live studio streaming daily, which is pretty darn neat compared to where we started in my basement. You know, you guys would be listening to me rip cards, and I'd have like the dryer going. And they'd be like, "Dude, did you not take the quarters out of your pocket before you threw them in the wash, or what's going on?" You know, so like a lot of things have changed for sure, and we're definitely not done trying to be the best, and that's kind of, you know, my mindset is we want to continually get better, and that a lot of that comes from these kind of talks where where we get feedback from you guys, because without feedback from you guys, we just kind of are guessing. But, you know, some of you guys have brought up in the last State of the Diamond that you'd like to see maybe sometimes at night there's one streamer. It gets a little stagnant. So adding a second streamer in here, or another person in the streaming room, we are doing that. So that is happening. It's in the process of happening. And it may not be every single night, but for some of the guys that maybe struggle keeping an entertained audience, we plan to have someone kind of hang around after hours with them, communicating with them, doing that kind of stuff, because I think I absolutely do think that it's a much better show. So we're gonna work on that. That was a lot of the feedback that I had from last time. And then I know we've had some breaks that have slowed. So, you know, the goal for today is probably to try and identify which old breaks we have that have been sitting around, and let's just go ahead and get those things done. So, you know, after this State of the Diamond, I'm going to have a conversation with Josh, who's sitting right here to my right, and we're going to go over and say, okay, well, you know, this break's been up for 2 weeks. Like, let's schedule it. Let's send out, you know, a text message campaign, try and get people to grab as many spots as they can, and we're going to just go ahead and rip it, and we're going to start clearing some of those old ones off the app. That's a commitment to you guys that we don't want you to wait forever for your breaks. Although we can't necessarily afford to take all the spots either. So we're trying to find that happy medium. And I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to have a new carousel on the app where we're going to be able to post breaks, and those are going to be breaks that aren't scheduled. They're just not scheduled. They are, as they fill, we will take the one that's getting pretty full and move it into the schedule for the next day. And then that'll be moved up into a different carousel. And that scheduled break section will be what we are going to try our damnedest to adhere to ripping. Okay? So that's kind of that's something that's coming through the next few weeks. I'm hoping that we'll have the second carousel done to where we can kind of segment that. And I think the plan too is to also take the rewards, the diamond rewards, prizes and stuff that you guys can spend your diamond rewards on, and move that into its own carousel as well. That way you don't have to scroll through 40 different things to try and figure out where the breaks are. You can kind of look and say, okay, perfect. You know what? This is where my rewards are. This is what they're going to try and break today. And these are all the extra ones that I can just go and buy my spots in. I'm not going to worry about those. I'm not going to think, well, is it going to break today? Is it not going to break today? No, once that gets moved into the schedule, you'll know that it's going to break that day. So that's kind of a little insight on what we plan to do. Where do we find we get the best engagement on stream? Honestly, I think that when we're opening product, the viewer count goes up naturally because people will click on there and they'll see that, oh, hey, they're ripping this out. I'll stick around and watch, right? But I do think that when there's multiple people talking, when multiple people are talking, that's a really great thing. So it's more or less, instead of you just coming here to watch breaks, like, we want you to come here and just be a part of the community that we have. That's checking in with your friends. Hey Eric, like, how are you doing today? You know, any big plans coming up? Like, are you going to be going somewhere on a trip soon? Who are you collecting? What do you like in this upcoming product release? And you guys that are commenting back and forth, being able to talk to each other, and it becomes kind of like a social thing, different than going out to a bar or going to somewhere. This is the same kind of thing. It's a social community. And we want you guys to become friends. We want you guys to trade cards with each other. We want you guys to to hang out with us and communicate with us. We want to get to know more about you, your families, what you guys like to do in your spare time, that kind of stuff. So I think just any engagement is good. We've definitely tried to ramp up our social media stuff by posting some clips of break hits, staff spotlights. You guys, if you're following us on Instagram, that's probably the best way to see what's going on, because we post stuff in there all the time. But like, we're doing PSA submission returns. We're doing bangers, hits of the week. We're doing a lot of different and cool things there that we're trying to get a rotation of a bunch of different social media posts that we continue to do over, so it's consistent. So that the Guess Your Auto is a fun one. Just little things like that, right? So when we're looking at the grand scheme of the business, like, how do you make a business last the test of time? You create a community of people that have a passion for something, and you continue to make that community a better place for people to come and experience things, like in the store, hanging out, on our social media posts, commenting, in our live streams, communicating like this, being open and honest with you guys, talking to you guys about what it is we're trying to accomplish is part of that. So hopefully I kind of answered a little bit of your question there. So the diamonds to buy into brakes is what we're doing is we're gonna always have brake credit, and we're gonna do random drops of brake credit for diamonds. Okay. So you guys are going to be able to use your diamonds to purchase brake credit. Maybe it costs you $10 worth of diamonds. So you broke with us enough and you earned $10, like it would be basically the face value of your diamonds are $10, and we put a brake credit up $20 for $10. So you're going to be able to spend your $10 worth of diamonds and get $20 worth of brake credit. So that's something that's always going to be around. We may not always have each level on the app, but we'll continue to drop those, periodically. Okay. The other thing that we're going to do with diamonds, and this is why I'm excited about having its own carousel, is I want to put so much stuff up there. Picture it like going to an arcade, and you walk around the arcade with your kid, and there's a million different things, and there's some really big prizes on there that you're like, you know what? I'm just going to save all of my diamonds for a year and try and get one of the big prizes. Mm-hmm. So you can work your way up into getting something that's like really cool. And I'm buying cool stuff, guys. Like, I have so many unique and cool items that we don't have out in the shop for sale that I have planned to just put onto the app for rewards. A couple things that are going to be dropping on there. We have a Steph Curry autograph shoe, and I have a Giannis autograph shoe. We'll be putting those up. Those will be stuff that you guys could use your diamonds for. They're going to be high hanging fruit, right? The other idea is to put cards and stuff like, hey, we put a $20 card for $10 on there. We put so we can do some stuff like that. That's like, oh wow, that's super cool. It's a great value, A, and B, you're getting a card that you might like more. So it's got the PA location, Boston business logo. Actually, so it's kind of this is a really cool thing, I think. Before we opened up the Eagan location, we were 80% of our customers, because we could track that data. 80% of our customers were from out of Minnesota, so out state, right? 20% were from Minnesota. That's because we have a lot of friends that supported us and stuff like that. But when we opened the shop, it flipped. So now we have 80% in-state and like 20% out-state. Now, I expect that the out-state number to grow more because we have stores that are in North Dakota and Pennsylvania. So we'll probably gain more customers, you know, from walk-ins into those stores that will kind of jump into our breaks. But each of those stores has their own studio too. So it's possible that their customers will try and support their streams, which is totally cool. We wanted that, right? I think it's great that you guys can buy into a break and come in here and chop it up with us when you pick up your cards. Like, it's just part of being you know, involved and building a relationship. It'd be cool to use your diamond rewards towards a personal break, smaller blaster. Well, and that's like, David, that's kind of like the idea behind the break credit. And then like maybe we could do some drops where we put, you know, like we could have done it with V-Friends. V-Friends would have worked really great. We could have put V-Friends up for diamonds only, and people have to use their diamonds. That's the only way they could purchase V-Friends. So if there's like some really cool, not super expensive products that come out, we could literally do an exclusive drop on the app that you have to spend your diamonds on that product, and you'll get a better value. You know, the whole thing with the diamonds is we want to make sure that we're giving you guys extra value. Before, we always did 1% cashback credit. The diamonds, a lot of times you guys are getting 2%, and then a lot of times we're actually giving or putting the prizes up at a lesser cost per value, so you're getting a lot more money out of your reward points through the app than what we used to do before. So it's kind of a cool thing, at least in my mind it is. We're continuing on our line of stickers. So as you guys have seen probably many times, we did, let me see if I can switch to just this one. So we did the, you know, I got skunked with triple diamond. I just thought it would be kind of hilarious because like everyone skunks on breaks, right? So I was like, let's make it I got skunked. Let's make a funny play on the fact that we didn't get cards in a break, and we designed these stickers. So if you haven't got one of these, you know, definitely reach out, and your next package we'll try and get them sent to you. I need to get some more of these printed, but we're gonna continue with our sticker line, and the next two stickers that are gonna drop are Nuclear Nocturnal. So Nocturnal Nate is going to have his own sticker. We do have a Blano sticker for those of you that watch on TikTok. Absolutely, David. Absolutely, man. Have a great day. Thanks for jumping in and hanging out. So we're going to have Nuclear Nocturnal. It's a really cool sticker. And then we're also going to have Dozier, who's kind of like the shop mascot now. So Dozier's gonna have his own sticker, and then if you guys haven't seen, we had a post go up of a guy that actually bought a lot of cards at garage sale, got them for like $5, and he brought them in here. It's like $1,200 worth of cards. So we did Lucky Dog, which was another social media post. We need to get the Utah Usher stickers going. Oh man, that is hilarious. I do have some stickers that are being designed for Josh and some of these other guys, employees and stuff that work here. Here's the thing. I just thought it was like such a cool idea because these guys are such great personas. They have great personalities. They're here. They're talking to you guys all the time. To like, let's design a sticker that you guys can throw on your card case or on your toolbox or on your lunch pail or whatever. And you know, it's a little subliminal, okay? Because you're gonna see it and you're gonna think triple diamond, right? So that's good for me, anyways. But then it's also just like kind of showing that these guys that we you know support them, we care about them, we want them to feel like they're a big part of our business, a big enough part of our business that we're designing, you know, stickers and T-shirts that are going to be based around them. And speaking of T-shirts. Base trade venue or app. I know there are apps like Arena Club or your trade night. It's still challenging to connect. Seems like there's potential for having an app option to put cards on the box. Yes, so on the app, on the app. And this is one thing that I like that hasn't really took off yet. And I'm not sure why, but on the app, you can do peer-to-peer messaging. So all of our app users, you can message any user that's on the app directly. And then we also have chat rooms. You need a Batman Zion sticker. Rick, that would be great, dude. The old Batman voice, Alex, was clutch. But the app has its own Discord there. And if you guys can help me and we can start getting conversation rolling in that Discord, I can make another group chat on there that's everyone that could just be buy, sell, trade. And then what you guys can do is if you guys buy, sell, and trade within the app, we can help navigate those trades for you. So, i.e., Eric, you're in a break, you hit downtown Patrick Mahomes, Taylor's watching, Taylor loves Mahomes, wants to offer it. Hey Taylor, or hey Eric, I'm gonna message you on the app, or I'm gonna message you in the group chat on the app, and you guys work out a deal. You know, he offers you to pay you $100 or $800. We have the card here in Egan, and you agree. He sends you the payment. We ship him the card instead of shipping the card out to you. We are more than willing to facilitate these trades for you guys as long as we know about them before they go out in shipping. On the flip side of that coin, if you guys are trying to do trades and sell stuff, you could use us as basically as a Veriswap. So that would be like Taylor and Eric again. You guys are working on a trade. Eric posts some pictures in the group chat on the app of whoever he wants to sell, and Taylor's interested. Taylor, you negotiate a deal, but you guys don't want to middleman it. So what we could do is we could have Eric send us the cards, okay? And then once we get the cards, we verify what the contents are, and then Taylor sends the payment to Eric, and then we ship the cards out to Taylor. The only thing that we would probably need is just coverage on the shipping. So yeah, we are working on building out more community-based features and stuff like that on the app. So there's definitely more to come. And I love that idea, Eric. But I will say that right now you guys could be utilizing the app as kind of a marketplace where you guys post up stuff that you want to buy, sell, trade, and people that are interested can connect with you through the app. It's there for you guys, and we're not using it. I'm not really sure why. I think it's gonna take a village of us to start communicating on the app, because like we can be communicating when we're not live. Like 8 a.m, Taylor could send me a message on the app, and if I have to train my brain to be like, oh, I got to go to the app and look at my messages and look at the community chats and stuff like that and see what's up. And it just takes a little bit of time, and it also takes people just absolutely going on there and supporting it, because once there's 10 or 12 people that are communicating there on their daily, right, then you're going to start seeing all the other people that were kind of on the sidelines start to use it. Lord of the Rings product, I can look into it. Yeah, could definitely look into that. Another thing I wanted to highlight here is that we have a new t-shirt coming out. And with the t-shirt, we're announcing a contest. Okay. So if you guys have been around long enough, you've probably seen my son on stream at some point in time. He's popped in, he's hit all the funny buttons. He's he's quite the crazy little fella. One day he came with me to work, and I gave him a blank sheet of paper, and I said, draw me a picture. Draw triple diamond. He goes, what should I draw? I said, draw triple diamond. And so he drew triple diamond. He drew 3 diamonds, and he put a little text box. He put a little text box like this underneath it and wrote sports cards and collectibles. And he colored the diamonds with whatever markers I think I gave him Sharpies, and he colored it. And when he got done, I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's actually like pretty sweet looking. It's like a kind of a rudimentary design of the diamonds and stuff like that. But there is it's a cool design. So I decided, like, after looking at it, I kind of had this like epiphany of an idea. I'm gonna put this on a t-shirt. A, my son's gonna think it's rad, which he does. And B, we're gonna be able to launch what I think is one of the funnest things that we've ever done here, and that's a triple diamond coloring contest. We want your kids to color, so we're gonna have a rudimentary design that they can work off of and color, and then we're gonna have another one that's just literally a blank page, and they can color, pick the pictures in, they can create their own design. What we're gonna do is we're probably gonna do a spring and fall. Maybe we might even get to where we do it 4 times a year. You know, spring, summer, fall, winter, and we're gonna pick a winner. And then we're going to do t-shirts of that design. Okay, so A, your kid will get a free t-shirt no matter what. You'll get a free t-shirt. If you want a couple extra t-shirts for your other family members, we're on board with that. B, we'll give a prize. Maybe it's a gift card to the store, a box, something. We're going to do something. We're not really sure exactly what we're going to do. And then we're also print a bunch of these t-shirts, and they'll be like a limited release. We'll have 100 total t-shirts printed, and people can buy those, or we'll give them out, or whatever. We haven't really decided. We've never really made anyone buy a t-shirt before. We may do that with these. We're not really sure because it'll be kind of a limited drop. Otherwise, we'll just give them out for free. But the whole idea or premise behind it is just like, this is kind of a fun way to give your kids something to do, especially like they can come into the store. We'll have copies of these coloring contests and everything here where they can sit down. We'll have markers, crayons, colored pencils, everything. We'll have it all here in the store. They can sit down at the table while you're shopping, while you're digging through cards. They can do a coloring sheet. Okay. We're also going to have a tab on the website, tdsbreaks.com, that you can click on. It'll have a PDF that you can download and you can print from home. And if your kid wants to work on the coloring contest at home, they can do that. We're not going to limit entries. They can color as much as they want. Okay. But we'll save their final drafts, and we'll end up, getting together at one of our social media marketing meetings, which we usually do on Thursday mornings early. And we'll pick a winner, and then we'll do a big social media rollout post with the t-shirt design, all that kind of stuff. So this is just another way that we're working on kind of building a community, right? And I think it's going to be a really fun thing for the kids to do, especially when they come in here. We get a lot of times where a dad will come in and he's got his 2 kids, and you can tell that he wants to look through stuff, but the kids maybe lose interest after about 15 minutes because they're 5-6 years old, and that's what 5 and 6-year-olds do. Well, you can park them at one of the tables out front here. They can work on some coloring and stuff while you have time to shop and look through our stuff. So that's one of the things that we're going to be posting. I think we're going to be doing some social media posting today or tomorrow about it, because we just are getting in the actual t-shirts from the one that my son did. So that's going to be kind of fun. I would like to, before I rip a box of something, I'd like to turn over to you guys. If there's any other questions that you guys have, this would be a great time for you to ask those questions. We can do like a little 10 minutes of Q&A, 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A. So if there's questions, right now would be a good time for you guys to ask those. Once we kind of get through, your guys' questions, and we'll move on, and we'll rip a box, and then I think we'll finish today's State of the Diamond with a little show and tell. Okay, so let me know if anyone has any questions. If there's no questions after 2 minutes here, we'll roll right into the box ripping. I know I was kind of answering them throughout the broadcast. What should we rip? I say National Treasures.
I was gonna say a Prism Choice.
Prism Choice. Can you imagine if we pulled the LeBron?
That's what I'm saying.
Can you imagine how crazy that would be? Wow. That would be nuts. That would be absolutely freaking nuts. What we could do,
Would be fun.
I mean, we have lots of different cool stuff. Any input too from you guys on what box we should rip for our little box rip. We'll always take a little input from you guys. You ever think about having another small monthly card show closer to the shop? Yes. So we do plan to bring the Rosemont show back, which I know is a little bit further away from the shop still, but we do plan to do a show back in Rosemont or somewhere in this general area south of the river. The reason why we don't do the Rosemont show now is because the venue that we were doing it at, they're redoing that whole venue, so they're redoing all the courts and stuff in there in the gym at the Armory there in Rosemont. So, long story short is yes, we do plan to bring a show back down here closer to the store. Depending on how, like, if we ever have a chance here in Egan, if the Wild Bird store ever decides to move, I think that we would be aggressive and go after taking over that space as well. And then we would probably expand on more, maybe another studio, and then we'd probably expand on more gaming and space to hang out, which would kind of include like maybe throwing like a vendor day at Triple Diamond once a month, where we let people sign up to be vendors. We do a drawing on who gets to be a vendor, and then we bring it in. We have tables set up for you guys, and people can kind of vend their own cards and stuff, like a little mini card show here. Yeah, Canterbury's great. We're going to continue to do the Canterbury shows, for sure. The Canterbury shows are going to be definitely something that we're going to bring back over and over and over again. It's just such a good venue. It's kind of fun to go down there. I stayed the night. Took my wife out to the casino. We had a good time. I think I won like $7,000 at the casino, so that was fun. I don't know what I did with that money though. Like I win at the casino, and I don't know what I think I buy stuff. I buy like cards and boxes and things I shouldn't be buying, but I just spend it all on cards basically. But yeah, no, Canterbury is gonna live forever for sure. That's a great show. All right. Anyone else have any questions at all? If anyone else has any questions, this will be your opportunity to kind of let us know, and we'll try and do our best to answer it. You know, like we've been ripping a lot of the Star Wars Masterworks. And you see they pulled that one of one super, the triple.
I was
That's
here for that.
insane.
That was amazing.
It's probably
Did
like,
you ever hear back from that guy?
no, I offered him $10,000. Never did hear back. Thinking about the Sunday free break, what are your thoughts on a lower cost, higher number of participants break of something more valuable like piggies? Low chance of one person hitting a banger. Eric, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with the Sunday free break. The Sunday free break has always been kind of a thing that we've done just to get people used to, you know, actually going through the motion of selecting a spot on the app, checking out, because like it's training them on how to do it. So if they ever feel like they want to make a purchase, they'll kind of know how to do it. If you're hanging out in the chat at night, I will say in the last week or so, if we've been getting our viewer count to a certain level, I've been doing free breaks and free giveaways. So I think that's something that we'll continue to do. And like the way to help us do more of that kind of stuff is if you guys are getting your friends and your peers to kind of join in the fun and watch and communicate with us. I've got no problem doing some giveaways, especially if we have a high viewer count of people kind of hanging around and keeping the breaker entertained. Like, it's so much better when we have people commenting like you guys are now, because it just keeps the conversation rolling. It just keeps us kind of on our toes, and we're able to communicate and have a good time. So there's definitely some things like that, and we've done some really big free breaks in the past. The thing with the free break is it's nicer when it's lesser cards. It's because you have to think about the time that's spent sorting, and then all the money we have to spend on shipping this stuff out, etc. So I like doing smaller breaks. You know, what could be a good box to do a free break was we were doing clear cut forever. You know, one clear cut, one person's gonna get a card, but it could be a monster. You don't know. But like maybe like a product similar to like Topps Chrome Black
Yeah.
could be a good one because it's not a lot of cards. So absolutely.
Archives were good for the free breaks too.
Yeah, like so the free break is definitely like a loss leader, you know. But the reason for doing it definitely is to get people kind of used to going through the process of checking out on the app. We did it long before we had the app, but it was the same thing. Get them comfortable with actually going through and following through with the transaction. Even though they're not actually spending money, it still takes a minute of their time to kind of go through that checkout process. That's why we liked the idea of doing it. But like obviously too, it doesn't hurt when someone hits a really big card, you know. So I like it. All right. Let's open a box of Tennis Royalty. We're gonna do Tennis Royalty. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about tennis, so hopefully pull like Serena Williams or someone crazy like that. All right, here it is. We are gonna open a box of the 2024 Tennis Royalty. And then what we'll probably do, just because this would be a really cool content piece, is we'll sell every one of the cards that we hit in this box on eBay, and then we can do a follow-up post and say, hey, this box was X dollars. We opened it on State of the Diamond, and this is what the card sold for. So you can see what the return on the box was.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because that's kind of fun, I think. So here we go. You guys get to see a little bit of high-end tennis ripped.
Yeah, Royalty's really nice.
The box is sweet looking.
I mean, I didn't know that they were making basketball and football.
It might be
amazing.
And it might be kind of cool, honestly, just to see what the return is on one box of this. Oh, it's not. Okay. The boxes are sweet. They took a play out of the classic Sterling box design. Sterling used to have a white box like that. Okay. If any of you are big tennis people, I'm going to lean on you to let me know if we're doing good or not. What's this guy up to? What's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy? How are you doing? All right, so the first card we have is Boris Becker. Boris Becker, and that is numbered to 99. Boris Becker. We're going to be putting all of these cards up on our eBay, and we're going to see what they sell for, and we'll give you guys a little, figure out a way to do kind of a graphic that shows what we did in sales. Next card we have Brenda Frhvatova. This is a rookie, number to 35. Number to 35, Brenda Frhvatova. All right. Oh, check this out. We have an Andy Murray auto, 3 of 25.
That's good.
Is that good?
Andy Murray's really good.
Really?
Big name.
Andy Murray, 3 of
That's sick.
25 autograph. Josh says that's good. Josh says
That is good.
apparently I'm cooking over here.
That's a pretty good card.
So the kids would say.
I know Andy Murray. Yeah, Rick said it's one of the GOATs.
That's a bang.
Let's go.
I think we're gonna go to the back. Oh,
That's sick.
that's autograph back there.
You doing that box?
Andy Murray?
Huh?
Andy
Dude,
Murray
I'm
auto?
telling you, these
We have
cards are insane.
Miomir Kekmanovic on the patch card to 75.
I don't think Federer or Nadal are in this product, unfortunately.
I think Nadal is, right?
I think it was you're looking for Alcaraz and Djokovic. I don't think Nadal and Federer. Are in
Djokovic. All right, let's see what we got. This is pretty cool. Jeannie Bouchard to 75.
Wow.
And that's like a little skirt auto.
That's pretty sick.
On skirt auto. This is the new Topps on skirt autograph. This is event used. Oh, actually, it's probably not her skirt. It's her boob cover. I probably shouldn't say that. Okay, here we go. We have a rookie, Alexandra Ila to 25. Blue ink auto. Blue ink auto. Pretty cool.
You got an Andy Murray auto to 25? It was the first hit too.
Nice.
All right, and we have Benoit Paire to 75 on the patch auto.
Yeah, royalties.
No clue if these are
Great.
good, guys. I'm not
Yeah,
a
it's
tennis
great
guy.
product.
Especially for the price. Can't wait till they do royalty football in 26.
And we have
And basketball.
Arthur Rinderneck to 75.
Well, are they gonna do baseball? Royalty baseball would hit pretty well
Baseball would be insane.
Can they do that, please? Tops, are you watching? Is there anybody out there?
I mean,
too. There is a lot of high-end baseball though.
But the first product they release is UFC for it.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
All right, let's go. Couple left. We have a Tommy Paul,
Napkin.
big patch to 25, jumbo patch. I can't believe I'm opening tennis. Out of all the things I would have picked, the staff chose tennis, so here we are. Here we are.
I want to show these guys what.
Royalty is sweet though. The design of the cards, bar none. And the last one we have is a Kayla Day to 75. How do we do?
Andy Murray's sick.
Andy Murray's good.
Better than bowling. How do we do, guys? Tell me how we did.
Dude, Topps Royalty Bowling is sick.
Do you guys think that we will sell, because we're going to sell all these cards, do you think that we'll break $500? Do you think that we'll break $500 on these cards?
I'm gonna say, if I was gonna bet, I would say no.
You're going to say no? What are your
Andy Murray's a good.
what are your guys' thoughts? Are we going to break $500 when we eBay these guys? This is the best hit in the box.
What's the Murray number 2?
Let me know.
25.
25.
We have 1 vote for no, 2 votes for no. Josh says no. So we're gonna see what these do.
Yeah,
we're
we'll see.
gonna auction them all off on eBay. If there's any of these guys that you're interested in, these guys are all gonna be going up on our eBay store. So go check that out. Another thing I'd like to point out for those that are watching that do follow our eBay, we do have free local pickup. I know some of you guys were mad when we took it away. That was because we needed to get organized, but that is back. So there is free local pickup on our eBay store again. Just a heads up. Rick says no, maybe half. Okay. All right. So getting half of our 500, so maybe 250 out of this stuff. That wouldn't be so bad, really.
No, it's no.
That wouldn't be so bad. Because you just don't know. Like, if you don't get, like, the real big, name. But to still get half your value back would be pretty cool. We get the cool box as a keepsake. It's kind of nice. I should give that one to Gavin, huh?
Yeah, it's a really nice box.
Gavin can put his Megalodon tooth in there. Oh, his Megalodon tooth would fit right in here.
That'd be cool.
He has a Megalodon tooth. He got it for his birthday. It would fit.
That would be pretty sick.
It would actually fit right into this box. It might even fit into this royalty box. And look at that, kind of looks like an M for Megalodon.
Yeah, it does.
See, I'm always thinking over here. I'm the idea guy. In case you guys are wondering, me and Troy, we're the idea people. Everyone else, I wouldn't expect much. Okay, yeah, I see ya. Cam Peterson, we definitely have more tennis. We could put up a box.
We could do a hit draft. Or
Yeah,
a
we
cereal.
could do a serial break. Let's do a serial break. That would break it out to 10 spots. I don't think we want to do a hit draft because sometimes the people aren't there to
Yeah,
watch.
cereals I think so.
So, what do you guys think? Should we do a 1-box cereal? It would be around $50 a spot.
That sounds
Would
pretty
you
good
guys
to
Would
me.
you guys want to do that? We could get that posted here in a minute. I think that would be kind of fun. And then I also think that we should do a show and tell. So I'm going to let Josh sit here for a minute. I'm going to go find something cool that you guys haven't seen, and I'm going to do a show and tell. Cool? It's not going to be anything super crazy, but you guys are going to get a kick out of it. I already have an idea of what it is. So I'll be back in a minute. Josh, I'll let you kind of take over there for a minute.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, you guys. I have to know, does anyone have plans to go see Mission Impossible or Lilo and Stitch this weekend? Mission Impossible or Lilo and Stitch, let me know. Because I'm going to go see Mission Impossible tomorrow. I'm really excited for that movie. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully they can tie all the movies into one and end it off with a bang. Hopefully. Hopefully. Let me know, guys. Let me know.
Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
Okay, you guys ready to see something really cool?
I'm with you there, Cam. I'm with you there.
All right. This is the Puppet Cooler, or as I like to call it, the Pucket Cooler. So I went on a trip to look at a card show. I'm gonna kind of show you guys in there. He's got the little dangly legs. So I went out to look at a venue in Seattle for a card show,
Haven't seen you in a while.
and I went to a little sports card shop in Tacoma, and I was with a friend, and the friend that I was with asked him if he had anything weird or cool Minnesota sports related, and he comes out with this thing, and so he gave it to me as a gift. But I want to show you guys what it looks like. It comes with a shoulder strap, carrying strap included. So there's a gel cup, so you can freeze that and it gets cold, and then you can literally put whatever you want in there. You could put a drink in there, like a cocktail. You could put a can in it. You could put a cold can in it. You can use it as a pencil or toothbrush organizer. Will hold a drinking glass. So this is the Kirby Puppet Cooler. This is my show and tell for you guys on just a random thing that I acquired on the West Coast on a trip, and I had to take this thing back in my carry-on. It's kind of bulky. It's a little bit big, but how funny and cool is that? What a weird, unique item. So I thought this would be a kind of a fun thing to show you guys. So there you go. And that's State of the Diamond. I really appreciate all of you that were here for State of the Diamond and chatted with me, listened to me blabber on for an hour. It's been a lot of fun. We got to open a box. We're going to see how those cards do on eBay and see what our return on our investment was there. And I definitely, we're going to be doing this again. We're going to continue to do these. It's one of the best ways to kind of get in touch with you guys, you know, other than if you guys come into the store and talk to me in the store or whatever. And it's nice to have these kind of posted up online so you guys can reference them, and even if you're not able to watch live, those of you that watch this at a later date or whatever is really fun. So I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, man. Definitely, yeah. It's been a lot of fun. I like doing this. So awesome. Well, we're gonna end this. We're gonna get this posted up, and then we're gonna get started on our day. I don't know if there was a flash giveaway. Did that fill? Let's see here. Let me go back to the home screen. Oh yeah, the flash giveaway filled. So we're going to be running some more of those flash giveaways too, guys. So be ready to pounce on those. It's literally for $23. All you got to do is check out a spot in it, and you'll get a chance for $20. I think these are going to kind of live on Thursday days, Rick. So I'd expect to watch these Thursday days after my social media marketing meetings are over. And I would guess not every week, but maybe every other week, pretty much. I'll always try and get them posted on the app in the available slot, 4 or 5 days in advance or a week in advance. I'll always try and get it kind of scheduled. I want to say Thursdays because I'm always here for that social media marketing meeting. I can't guarantee that I'm here every other day of the week. So I think that's why I kind of think Thursday works out pretty good. So, yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys very much. I mean, this is so much fun for me to get in here and chat with you guys and stuff like that. So, and get your guys' feedback. And we're gonna keep getting better. And we're gonna keep trying to be the best and make this a community that's good for everyone involved. So, appreciate you guys. Josh will be back live here in a few minutes after he cleans up the disaster that I created on our OBS and on the computer here because I don't know what I'm doing. So kudos to Josh for knowing how to fix all that stuff. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
I'm a legend, born with fire in my bones. Raging higher,
All right,
I'm
Josh.
ascended to the throne. I'm in your head now, making you sweat. Seeing red now, yeah, I'm a threat. Counting greens now, 'cause I'm a king. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. I'm on the grave.
Do I just hit the unlive button on TikTok and live?
This is my time. This is
And now, and then right here.
making history.